Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. Covington Banks, and I'm going to continue today reading the 5-minute Addie Twist scientist stories. I started last month on a story where the young children were baking a cake for their parents' anniversary. Needless to say, it did not go well, but there was a good outcome. And so we may get a chance to talk about that a little bit later. But the name of this story today is called Movie Night. One of the main characters' name is Ada. Ada is so excited to host her first ever movie night. She wants it to be absolutely perfect. So she picked a movie everyone would love, set out plenty of snacks, and even invented a machine that launches popcorn. I call it the popcorn launcheretta, says Ada. When she turns on the popcorn launcheretta to demonstrate how it works, it malfunctions. Now, malfunction is a word that says something will not work right because there was a step we forgot. It starts shooting popcorn at Arthur. Ah, Arthur yells, "Shut it off, shut it off, shut it off." Opsies, Ada says with a giggle as she turns it off. That's why an invention always needs lots of testing. Just ask Thomas Edison, the guy who invented the light bulb. He tested almost 10,000 different ways to make a light bulb before he found one that worked. The others are amazed. That's a lot of testing. Movie night is about to start. Ada explains to the audience that she picked a movie using a very precise calculations. It has the perfect mix of adventure, action, and romance. She stands in front of the TV and says, "And now it's time for our feature presentation, Snuggle Warriors 3. Just as she presses play on the remote, the power goes off. "No, no, not tonight," cries Ada. "If there's no electricity, movie night will be ruined." Mom and Dad leave to see if they could find the backup power generator in the garage. Rosa gives everyone balloons to cheer them up. When she puts a balloon crown on Iggy's head, his hair gets all frizzly. "Ops, sorry, Iggy," Rosa says through laughter. "I forgot that balloons create static electricity." "Wait, that's it. We can make our own electricity," declares Ada. Thomas Edison found a way to do it, so we can too. First, they needed to examine how electricity is made. Well, machines make electricity out of natural energy, like the sun or wind or rivers, says Ada. But that's a problem, because there's no wind or sun tonight. "And I don't see any rivers," says Arthur. Suddenly, Mushu starts zipping around the room. Give me a picture of the children. Zippu starts zipping around the room, chasing the beam from Ada's flashlight. They all giggle, and as they watch the cat pounce on the spotlight, you can imagine. This gives Ada an idea. Maybe we can use Mushu's energy to power the TV. Yes! They'll make a special machine and call it the Mushinada. Ada is relieved. They have a plan. Once they make electricity, this night can go back to being almost perfect. They place Mushu in the Mushinada, but the kitten just lies down in the wheel. "No, Mushu," says Ada. "For the machine to make electricity, you have to make the wheel spin by running." But it looks like Mushu would rather take a nap than run. And Ada slumps into the chair, upset. If we can't see the Mushinata, if we can't use the Mushinata to make electricity, how are we going to watch Snuggle Warriors 3? She lets out a big sigh. This movie night is the opposite of perfect. And as I turned the page, Dad and Mom came back from the garage. They had good news and bad news. The bad news is they didn't find the backup power generator. But the good news is that Dad found his old guitar. "Come on, let's dance," says Dad, as he plays a fun tune. As they danced around the living room, Ada realizes they're using tons of energy to boogie. The gears start turning into her brain, and she sneaks off to the lab. In the lab, Ada makes calculations on a whiteboard. Maybe there's a way to turn dancing into electricity. But no matter how hard she thinks, she can't seem to find a solution. And to make matters even worse, it's officially too late to start a movie. She trudges off to her room, defeated. Ada's family and friends find her in her room. "Why are you all by yourself, baby girl?" asked Mom. "Didn't you have fun dancing?" "I did," responds Ada, "but I wanted to find a way to make electricity so movie night wouldn't be a failure." Iggy is confused. "Failure? No way! Tonight was a lot of fun." Rosie and Arthur agreed it was the best movie night ever. "Plus, you did discover several ways not to make electricity," adds Dad. "Yeah," Arthur chimes in, "just like Thomas Edison." Ada realizes they're right. The night was a scientific success after all. Fortunately, it's not their bedtime yet. That means there's still time for more dancing. Ada's first ever movie night turned out even better than she could have hoped. And that's the end of this story called Movie Night. I hope you enjoyed it, boys and girls, as much as I enjoyed reading it to you.